Today is October the 10th, 2022. This is Chief Abundance. You know, today on the continent, it was the finale for Big Brother Niger Seas Level Up 2 Season 7. And so that's one of the reasons why I put the broadcast at 7:30. I thought that it would have finished by 7, but it went down. And so that was too much excitement in the house. So I had to drive out everybody now so I can have my space. So I apologize for the time. You are most welcome. And so today we are talking about TACC, vision, mission, and exactly what we want to accomplish as a global community. And we are elucidating, expanding, amplifying where we're going and how we're going to get there. And once we get there, what will happen? And so we are making the vision very clear. And everything I'm saying, it's more than doable. But there's always condition. We have to be able to speak in one voice. And so today I will be sharing my screen with a few videos, and I welcome all of you who are here and all of you who have made your comments already. I will surely go through them. And of course, I did put out a question about once we are in the city, should we create our own anthem, our flag? Because at the end of the day, we must have diplomatic ties from that city. I've seen it happen before, city to city relation. I said the TACC diaspora city will be like none ever. So now I have a few videos that I would like to share. And let me see if I can share them from my Skype, or I'll have to share them from a file. But let's see first what I can do. So let's go to
right now. There are 195 official countries in the world. But did you know that soon we're going to have thousands of new countries with their own flag, passport, and even land?
Okay, that video is streaming. So let me go into file and see if this one is any better.
Right now, there are 195 official countries in the world. But did you know that soon we're going to have thousands of new countries with their own flag, passport, and even land? Why and how can you and I start a country? This crazy idea I read about in a book called The Network State by this guy, Balaji.
Hi, my name is Balaji, and I think it's now possible to start new countries.
First of all, why do we need new countries? Well, because old countries are too slow. It takes years and decades to get anything done. Just to get a court decision, you need to wait a decade in some cases. It's the same reason why we build startups, because big companies are too bureaucratic. And some countries don't make sense. Someone created their borders using pen and paper years ago, and the people are stuck inside.
So here's a problem with old countries. They're not innovative, they're militaristic, they're frozen in time, and really they're built for the year 1945, not the year 2022. And so we need our new countries that were actually built for the internet era.
According to biology, it is possible to build new countries today. For the next 1 minute, I want you to focus and use your imagination. To build a new country today, you don't need land. You just need the internet. First, start with an idea. Start with an idea that's powerful enough to start a country, a mission that people can stand behind with its own flag or even national anthem.
Imagine building a country.
All right. I think it's not the end of the video, but I think it gives the message very clearly as to what we want to do, and so that is very important. Now, let's hear about how and what period we are in,
Cryptocurrency
and
are
how
the
we can
future
use
of the
crypto.
global financial system. In general, fintech lowers the barriers to entry to the traditional financial system and offers all consumers, no matter where they are, the ability to access convenient financial services at low competitive costs. Cryptocurrency is no exception, as we have seen from the huge consumer demand for these innovative assets backed by technology that is permissionless, open, and private. Cryptocurrency allows people to transact with each other in real time across borders for very little cost in a way that is so transparent and verifiable that it maintains more trust, actually more trust than traditional financial transactions with a third-party intermediary. Most importantly, cryptocurrency and blockchain technology unlock access to opportunity. The open source nature of these technologies offer millions of Americans the opportunity to study the underlying code, develop blockchain projects, and launch their own businesses, all without having to ask anyone for permission. That's an incredible opportunity. Over the last few years, I've been fortunate to meet with many great crypto and blockchain innovators. The common refrain during our discussions is that they so badly want to develop their new crypto and blockchain ideas right here in the United States, but they don't because of continuing uncertainty with federal regulation and, perhaps more importantly, the lack of enforcement of existing laws and regulation. They're afraid to launch new projects that, for example, might classify them to be a, quote, money transmitter, even though their work has nothing to do with money transmission. Still, the thought of having to comply with an overburdensome state-based money transmission licensing system in the United States is too much of a challenge for these entrepreneurs to be worth their time and their investment. So they head overseas, where the regulatory compliance is more streamlined. I've also been told by two co-founders of a company who are in the midst of developing a new blockchain network that they wanted to hire American developers. But because there isn't a streamlined process at the SEC to determine what is a security, they couldn't pay American developers with their token. So they actually went out and hired a team of developers in Europe instead, where they can confidently comply with existing regulation. As I mentioned, fintech and cryptocurrencies are the future of finance, but we're missing out as a country because American entrepreneurs are still unsure of how to navigate our existing regulatory system. This means high-tech jobs are going overseas and capital formation opportunities for everyday Americans are being missed. All part of the chilling effect that comes when we do not
That's the congressman there speaking.
Answer the questions that industry leaders and consumers are begging for.
That's the congressman there. The next video I will share, it's one that speaks to the period that we're in.
I want to talk to each and every one. I want to let you all know that we are in a season right now of prosperity and success. The world has changed. The world is online. And if you don't get online, you're going to get left behind. Take that from the throne. The internet is your key right now to your financial freedom. Cryptocurrency, metaverse, NFTs. Listen, guys, we weren't around to capitalize when Bill Gates made his movement. We weren't around really to capitalize on Mark Zuckerberg and Mr. Google. You know what I'm talking about. But we are around. We are here at the beginning for this new generation that's going to encapsulate the wealth of all the other generations that's gone already. And it's going to happen right now, 2022. If your financial situation don't go up, you didn't listen to the frequency that is in the atmosphere. You didn't listen to the energy, because it's here right now. But you see, look what the enemy did. In an era of time where he knew prosperity was going to be there for anybody and everybody, what did he do? Create fear, create doubt, fake news. I'm afraid to talk to my neighbor.
Have mercy. I will also go to I have one um link that speaks to blacks in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and what they did.
In creating Greenway. These were
Isn't that exactly what TACC mission will do for those of us who really understand that except we create our own economic, financial solution, it will not happen. And so, like, you had the Black Wall Street, where the blacks that migrated to Tulsa or Oklahoma, because at that time it was that city was booming, and even in Oklahoma they were being segregated and separated. But out of that came something positive.
members of a
That's it right there. That is the key why they were able to be successful. They did business with each other. The money circulate within the city, and that is exactly what we're talking about here. The ability to create and to produce what we eat and eat what we produce, wear what we make, and drink what we produce. That's how they were able to be very successful. And so we're talking about. Let me uh, let me continue, and then I'll make my comments.
desired, segregation actually enables black businesses to thrive, black professionals to thrive.
It was a district where, in fact, money, dollars, could turn over 5 or 6 times. In Greenwood, you could, as a black person, you could advance. And you had a number of individuals in the community that were prospering. White supremacy, certainly in Tulsa, which is an incredible concentration of black wealth. You can look at.
All right, so we go back now to I believe you're hearing me. Please indicate, somebody did said text me that there's a lot of noise. Yes, there's a lot of party going on. Today is Sunday, and so people are celebrating. So that's why I'm putting on my headphone. The audio on the video is low. Yes, it was low. That's why I was trying to bring it up. Can you hear me though? Can you hear me? Is my volume okay? Yes, we can hear you. All right, thank you very much. All right, so I went for my mic. I went for my earpiece, and so I want to thank those of you who have joined us. We're talking about the ability to create our own city. And it's not a joke. It's not a fairy tale. It is doable. I've already identified several lands in different countries, several thousands of acres in different countries. And they are next to the beach, the coastline. I am going for the best. I am not going for the inland, the swampland. I am going for prime location. I am going where the diamonds are, where the gold are, where the copper are, where the lumber are. That's where I am hitting. Because that's when the Chinese come into Africa, that's where they go. And so I am also going there. And the Tiashans are also going there. And so we will do our own mining. We will do our own export of diamond, our own export of gold. I am saying to the Tiashan that inside the city will be multi-millionaires and billionaires. As a matter of fact, we will be the mecca of economic growth from the city. And so I saw someone already put in their allotment for their land, but it will be done orderly. We will try to see how we can do applications so people can apply, we can have their full names, and of course, payment terms and conditions will be there, because some people may not be able to pay at once. Some people might pay in 2 installments, 3 installments, 4 installments, 5 installments, 10 installments. But you should not be denied. You should not be denied as a founding member, because as I said to you, that we will look at 500,000 to 1 million people that paid in first for their allotment into the city. Because once that is done, we will actually would have raised a capital of 3 billion United States dollars. And so with 3 billion United States dollars, what can't we do? And so we are asking those who are construction engineers, get yourself ready. Agronomists, get yourself ready, because we'll be dealing with agriculture. We will be manufacturing, livestock, civil engineer, mechanical engineer, IT specialists, AC technician, electrical engineer, architect, medical practitioners, educators, hospitality specialists, economists, crypto specialists, media practitioner, writers, musicians, and the list goes on. We're talking about the ability to create our own wealth. We don't need somebody to tell us what to do. We have enough brains. We have enough brains. And so we will secure the lands, and we will let you know exactly how much lands that we have secured. And first come, first serve. We will have residential areas. We will have area for manufacturing. We will have area for mining, gold, diamond, export of timber. We will have our economic zone in terms of tourism and, other such activities. Our hub, our headquarters, our seaport, because at the end of the day, we will produce for the diaspora. And so you're welcome. We are 25 minutes into today's broadcast. Moses, yes, let me bring up on the screen the greater than BTC TACC to the world. Thank you very much. Mr. Cyril, good evening, Chief Abundance, and to all the Tiashan. We continue to go uphill. Thank you, Mr. Cyril. Good evening, happy new month Chief Abundance, and the entire global community. Yes, Mr. Festus, we thank you there. Catherine, good evening to all the Tiashans. You are welcome. It would be nice if I know where you're hailing from. We are creating a new Africa inside Africa with TACC. I like that. We are creating a new Africa within Africa. In other words, what our leaders cannot do with the system that they have created, because they're the one that is creating and abetting, aiding and abetting the system. We will create something that actually works. We have Madam Victoria from Ghana. Greetings to the global community of TAC, especially our esteemed leader, Chief Abundance. May God open our eyes to see the vision of building a city. It will be game changer for us. Trust me, it will be game changer. Good evening, Tenny Hofu. Good evening. Good evening, Tina from South Africa. You're welcome. Mr. Blessing, our Director of Training. Greetings to Chief Abundance. The panel, there's no panelists today. My fellow Tiashans, we are in it to win it. Watching from Nigeria. Thank you very much. Madam Maria, good day, everyone. It's a pleasure to be among like-minded persons who are fighting for a common goal. And that's what we're doing. That's what the blacks in Tulsa or Oklahoma did decades ago, creating the Black Wall Street. It is now time to use the greatest era of wealth transformation, where cryptocurrency is being adopted over the world, left, right, and center. And so we just have to become meaningful. Yes, good evening from Ghana. You're welcome. Mr. Jacob, Mr. Stephen Fete, good evening to you, Chief. Afro-Diaspora city is good for us to have everything done in the city, watching from Ghana. You know, you need to tell us what do you want to see in the city. You need to also give your ideas as how we can, begin to mobilize. This is not a monologue here. Good to be here, Mr. David. You're welcome. Alex, greetings to the Global Committee of Tiashan. I'm very happy to be a part of the great achievement. We want to thank you, sir. Greetings, Honorable House of Tiashan, David Isaiah. Thank you very much. Noise and in the video is low. Yes, as I was saying, that there's a lot of party going on, and where I am basically in the city, at a very busy junction. Everything goes here. On the left side, there is one of the major hospital. Just before it, adjacent to it, is a major market, and it's at a junction. So you must, and it's also on the highway. So that's where abundance is, the action. And I'm on the fourth floor. So as you know, noise travel up. Greetings, Chief Abundance and the global community of Tiashen. There is nothing impossible in a community. I am looking forward to the Afro-Diaspora city. It's well needed. Thank you very much, our youth ambassador there in Antigua. Greetings to Chief Abundance and the global community of Tiashen. Please indicate where you're watching from. That is our global youth ambassador there. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and all the Tiashen. Mr. Julius, you're welcome. Endeavor to like and comment and share. Thank you very much. This is Uganda. Greetings to Chief Abundance and the global community, Mr. Owari. I think all we need to do now is for all of us to come together and work together in one voice so that we can win together. TACC Afro-Diaspora City is doable task. Let us all of us visualize it together. Thank you very much. And of course, that is the reason why I showed the video of the first video as to how to create a city. Yes, thank you, Chief Abundance. You have been a wonderful and a great blessing to humanity. Thank you very much. You're welcome. We're trying to get everybody in. We're trying to keep this. You're welcome, Vivia. Wow, that's exactly what we have to do. Yes, I guess a commenting there. Yes, we can. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you very much. From Abuja, thank you very much, Madam Esther. Long time. That's Julius Uzawari, Lagos Island. Greetings to you. Okay, Mr. Julius. Yes, long time. We are blessed to be a part of TACC. The Afro-Diaspora City is a country on its own, so we must have one anthem and flag. TACC will soon shake the world. Okay, our leader out of Ghana. And once we have decided our anthem, then Tiashans, you will be asked to, be creative here, produce the anthem. Let's see who can produce an anthem that will capsulate our struggles, an anthem that will speaks to our position and situation, having some of the best minds living in the best parts of the world, but our condition is below those that have nothing, those countries that have no resources, but yet still, with all the resources that we have, human and natural, we are still living in abject poverty. And so the anthem must speak to where we were, where we are, and where we are aspiring to be, what we are aspiring to become. We want to thank our leader for his contribution. Please endeavor to bring forth your contribution and indicate where you're watching from. Thank you very much. That's Mr. Gabriel. Yes, let's we cannot use the mind that caused the problem to solve the same problem. That is why we're using a new mindset to create our own city. That is very important. Very important. And we have Mr. Jacob. This city will be the richest city in the world within just few years. The brains behind it is very big. We shall have our own passport and our own embassy. Can refuse us visa. No embassy can refuse. No embassy can refuse us visa. That is what it is. In other words, it will come a time when we will have the ability to accept or refuse visa from the city. Once we become a community of value, the reason why there's so much restriction, and especially African country, I told some people, 89, I went to the U.S. Embassy, I got 5 years. I'm talking about since 1989. This next time I went back, I think it was in 94, they gave me 10 years. From 94 to 2004. When I went back in 2004, America gave me an indefinite. I'm talking about 2004. In other words, abundance, we don't need to see you. You have met the criteria per United States citizens. And so we are giving you indefinitely. You come and go when you feel like. And when you enter, they are not giving you no less than 6 months. Every time I enter the United States, I never get no less than 6 months. Because that's it. In Africa, if you're lucky to get 3 months, you're good. If you get a year, you say praise the Lord, but nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. So, and why? Because we are poor. That's it. We are poor. My passport allows me to go to every country in Europe without a visa. Why? Because we have no interest. We are not running from anything. We hold our leaders to account. We do not praise people when they are doing ill. We do not keep people in office because of tribe. We vote you in and equally we vote you out. You must perform. But in Africa, as if we don't know what we want, we put party over country. You know, we put, trivial things. Oh, I like that woman. I like that man. And that's it. And when you put them in office now, you're bearing the hard bunch of the economy. Then you begin to go around and disturbing everybody, begging. We have to be more responsible with our votes. What is it that we want? Who can create what we seek? I want to see proper law and order in the city of TACC. There should be zero tolerance for corruption and inequality in TACC City. Very good input. Very good input. Chief Abundance, well done. May God protect you and more wisdom. Thank you very much there from Nigeria. I love your vision for the community. Thanks, Mr. Abundance, to Julius. Thank you very much again. And so we must decide, make decisions, and be sound. This is it. We are no lesser than. And so the whole idea of the city, we will come together. Those who in the city will build the city. Any foreign companies that come in will partner with the city. We will have everything in the city. Your leaders in Africa will not need to go to Europe or to the US for medical treatment. You would not need to send your children to the US and to Europe for education, because everything that you need in Africa will be in that city. And so we will have state-of-the-art medical university and hospitals, because at the end of the day, you cannot produce leading, cutting-edge service without cutting-edge technology and tools. You need tools to do it. A lot of things that we're doing in Africa, for example, you go for X-ray, you still see doctors putting up the X-ray, the what you call it, the X-ray behind lights or before the light, so they can see all that thing there. You know, and so we have to be serious with our future and that of our children. And for us to do that, we have to do it now. This is the time. And so I want to thank you again for joining Chief Abundance as we continue on the road in the idea, the vision of creating our own city within a city, so that at the end of the day, we will control our resources and we will be able to make decisions, and quick decisions, and transform our lives. And so I want to thank you again. This is Chief Abundance. Until next Sunday.